before they left, I asked if
my ballerina costume does.
Can you remember that face, that voice? That one moment when a child star seemed to appear out of nowhere and instantly own the spotlight. They had one hit, one iconic role.
Well, tonight, but it has to be at my place. I'm not allowed out after Alf.
But while the world moved on, their stories didn't always get a happy ending. Some faded quietly, some struggled in silence, and some never got the chance to grow. This is one-hit wonder child stars you didn't know died.
I don't want to move, Mom. Everyone I know is here. My school, my friends.
5-year-old Heather O'Rourke was hanging out in the cafeteria at MGM Studios in the early 1980s when Steven Spielberg spotted her. She had only one episode of Fantasy Island on her resume. Spielberg, producing and co-writing the 1982 horror film Poltergeist, thought she was perfect for Carol Ann Freeling, the child kidnapped by evil forces through a light emanating from a closet. O'Rourke delivered the film's iconic, spooky catchphrase,
They're here.
The film was a massive hit. O'Rourke appeared in a few TV episodes of Webster and Happy Days, but she primarily reprised her role in Poltergeist 2: The Other Side and Poltergeist 3. In February 1988, the 12-year-old reported severe abdominal pain. Her parents rushed her to Children's Hospital of San Diego. She died during surgery from complications of intestinal stenosis, a serious obstruction of the small intestine she'd had since birth. The blockage allowed an infection to develop, which created sepsis and stopped her heart. 7 months before her death, O'Rourke completed Poltergeist 3. It arrived in theaters in June 1988, 4 months after she died. The film that made her famous was released after she was already gone.
Now, one thing I want you to put into perspective. 1 minute, one day, your life is just great. It's almost perfect.
Michael Cuccione played Jason Q.T. McKnight in MTV's 2000 TV movie Together, about an assembled 5-guy singing group. The film spawned a TV series, albums, and a tour as Britney Spears' opening act. Cuccione had appeared in only single episodes of 2 series before landing the full-time role in 2000. He was 15 years old and had just begun his rise to fame. But Cuccione had a dark medical history. In childhood, he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease, a form of cancer.
With every situation, and you gotta persevere. And if you do that, dreams come true.
By age 10, doctors pronounced him cancer-free. In late 2000, at age 15, Cuccione and his mother were involved in a car accident. He checked into British Columbia Children's Hospital for surgery to repair a damaged diaphragm. While under medical supervision, he developed pneumonia. The chemotherapy treatments from his childhood cancer had irreparably damaged his lungs. He couldn't recover or breathe without a machine. In January 2001, 8 days after his 16th birthday, while the Together series was still running, Cuccione died after a lung collapsed. His one-hit wonder career lasted less than a year.
Well, that's stupid. Why would you work at all if you knew you were going to get an equal share?
There you go.
Jon Paul Steuer appeared in several TV series in the late 1980s and early 1990s, including Day by Day, Star Trek: The Next Generation, and The Wonder Years. In 1993, ABC built a sitcom around stand-up comic Brett Butler. 9-year-old Steuer was cast as Quentin Kelly, Butler's gentle young son. Grace Under Fire was a top 10 hit. Steuer earned a Young Artist Award nomination in 1995. He seemed destined for a long career. But in 1996, after 3 seasons, Steuer's parents pulled him from the show. Brett Butler's on-set behavior had become unacceptable. There was an alleged incident in which she exposed herself in front of Steuer. His parents ordered him to quit. The role was recast with Sam Horrigan. Steuer permanently left acting. He later switched to music, adopting the stage name Johnny Jules and fronting the Portland-based rock band PROBLEMS. On January 1, 2018, according to Portland police investigation, Steuer died by his own hands. He was 33 years old. His one-hit wonder role ended with trauma, and he never recovered from it.
So lame. Reverse psychology? You're such a loser. Man, you must have a big one, because I don't know what else my mom saw in you.
Oscar-nominated filmmaker Richard Linklater remade the 1970s comedy The Bad News Bears in 2005. He needed an actor for Amanda Wurlitzer, the star youth baseball pitcher. Linklater found Sammi Kane Kraft, who threw a 75-mile-per-hour fastball at her audition. Kraft was 13 when The Bad News Bears was released. The film marked her professional acting debut and her finale. After the movie, Kraft attended high school in Woodland Hills, California, played softball, and formed a band called Scary Girls. On October 9, 2012, at around 1:30 a.m., Kraft was riding in an Audi going over the speed limit on a Los Angeles freeway. The driver, Molly Kate Adams, was later arrested on felony drunk driving charges. Adams hit a semi-truck from behind. The Audi was then struck by another vehicle. Kraft was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center and pronounced dead from her injuries. She was 20 years old. Her one-hit wonder role ended in a drunk driving accident before she could pursue any other acting opportunities. Sawyer Sweeten played one of 3 kid characters on CBS's smash hit Everybody Loves Raymond for its entire 1996 to 2005 run. He and his real-life siblings, Madeline and Sullivan, were the only actors to play those roles throughout the show's 9 seasons. Toward the end of the series, all 3 earned $100,000 per episode. Sawyer seemed set for life, but Sawyer never appeared on screen again after Everybody Loves Raymond ended. A decade later, he faced severe financial problems. He was deeply in debt by 2015.
Family has confirmed that the 19-year-old actor passed away after taking his own life.
Gosh, you go 19.
A business he formed didn't take off. He had no substantial income. California issued a lien against him to recover unpaid taxes. Desperate and depressed, Sweeten died by his own hands on April 23, 2015, at a relative's home in Brownwood, Texas, the place where he was born and raised before being cast on Everybody Loves Raymond. He was weeks away from his 20th birthday. His sister Madeline released a statement. "We are devastated to report that our beloved brother, son, and friend Sawyer Sweeten took his own life."
And I got to spend the ages of 5 to 7 living out of a train and traveling around and getting private schooling. It was wonderful education.
Tommy Rettig featured in a touring production of Annie Get Your Gun at age 6. He moved to movies in 1950, co-starring in more than a dozen films, including The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T and River of No Return. But none had the cultural reach of Lassie. Rettig edged out more than 500 child actors to win the role of Jeff Miller in the first TV adaptation of Eric Knight's Lassie Come Home. Rettig stayed with Lassie for 3 years. The show was then rebooted into a new series about a boy named Timmy and his dog. Rettig appeared occasionally on TV shows in the 1960s and left acting behind in 1969, except for a cameo on The New Lassie in 1992. Rettig later worked as a photographer, computer programmer, and gym manager. He publicly advocated for the legalization of marijuana. On February 15, 1996, Rettig's body was discovered at his home in Marina del Rey, California. An initial autopsy attributed his death to natural causes. He was 54 years old. The man who played alongside one of the most famous dogs in history died alone in his home, largely forgotten by the entertainment industry.
Okay, so when do we start?
Well, tonight, but it has to be at my place. I'm not allowed out after Alice.
Dustin Diamond was 11 years old when he portrayed Samuel Screech Powers in 1988 on the Disney Channel series Good Morning, Miss Bliss. When that series was adapted into NBC's Saved by the Bell, Diamond reprised his role for 86 episodes plus 2 made-for-TV movies. He appeared in the spin-off Saved by the Bell, The College Years, and 130 episodes of Saved by the Bell, The New Class, which ended in 2000. Diamond was so adept at playing the TV nerd that he struggled to land other roles. He often played fictionalized versions of himself in B-movies and primetime sitcoms. In January 2021, Diamond checked into a Florida hospital reporting unexplained serious full-body pain. Tests confirmed stage 4 small cell carcinoma, an advanced malignant cancer. On February 1, 2021, only 3 weeks after his diagnosis and despite chemotherapy, Diamond died at age 44. His one-hit wonder role as Screech defined his entire career. He couldn't escape it, and it couldn't save him from cancer. In 2016, Nikita Waligwa made her acting debut in Queen of Katwe, based on the true story of Fiona Mutisi, who grew up in impoverished Uganda and became a global chess champion. Waligwa played Gloria, Mutisi's close friend and early chess-playing partner. Like her character, Waligwa was born and raised in Uganda. She attended Gayaza High School, a boarding academy near Kampala. Queen of Katwe would be her only acting project. On February 15, 2020, Gayaza High School announced on Twitter that Waligwa had died. "You were a darling to many, and we have lost you to brain tumor at such a tender age," the school wrote. In the final years of her life, Waligwa was diagnosed with a brain tumor, a fatal cancerous variety. She was 15 years old. Her one-hit wonder role was her only chance at stardom, and she never got to pursue another project. In 1953, TV was young, and so was Rusty Hamer. He began his career with small parts in anthology series before being cast as Rusty Williams on Make Room for Daddy, later retitled The Danny Thomas Show. The sitcom about a nightclub entertainer and father of 3 ran for 12 years. Hamer was solidified in the public consciousness as one and the same with his character. During the show's long run, Hamer appeared in just 3 other projects, 2 of them crossover TV episodes where he played Rusty Williams. He later portrayed Rusty on The Danny Thomas Hour and Make Room for Granddaddy, a 12-episode early 1970s reboot that marked his last television appearance. By early 1990, Hamer was coping with significant mental and physical pain. His brother John told the Los Angeles Times, "He hasn't really been happy since his early 20s. I've heard of a lot of child actors who have become unhappy with their lives after they've left the industry." Hamer experienced severe back pain, but declined formal medical treatment. He lived in a trailer outside DeRidder, Louisiana. On January 18, 1990, John found his brother's body there. Local police concluded that Rusty Hamer's death was the result of an intentional act. He was 42 years old.
All right.
Well, that never worked before.
Do it again.
Okay.
An instant hit upon its 1986 debut, the sitcom ALF launched a pop culture phenomenon. The show centered on a wisecracking alien. ALF stands for Alien Life Form, represented by a puppet. The alien hid in a suburban home, annoying everyone except the youngest family member, Brian Tanner, portrayed by child star Benji Gregory. Before ALF, Gregory had supporting roles in Jumpin' Jack Flash and live-action TV. After ALF ended in 1990, he voiced characters in animated Back to the Future and Once Upon a Forest. In adulthood, Gregory, born Benjamin Hertzberg, abandoned acting and enlisted in the U.S. Navy, where he worked as a weather forecaster on an aircraft carrier. According to his sister Rebecca Hertzberg Pfaffinger, Gregory's body was discovered in his car on June 13, 2024, next to his service dog outside a bank in Peoria, Arizona. "We believe he went there the evening of the 12th to deposit some residuals and never got out of the car to do so," she wrote on Facebook. He fell asleep and died from vehicular heat stroke. Gregory was 46 years old. His one-hit wonder role as Brian Tanner was followed by decades of obscurity and ended in a tragic accident.
Perhaps it's a witch. Of course not. Witches have brooms.
With a $102 million box office haul, Mary Poppins was the top-grossing movie of 1964. The Disney adaptation of P.L. Travers' classic children's novel won Julie Andrews an Academy Award and shot its child stars to fame, including 8-year-old Matthew Garber. Before playing Michael Banks, the neglected child of a busy banker, he'd appeared in only one other project, the forgettable 1963 magical cat movie, The 3 Lives of Thomasina. After Mary Poppins, Garber made just one more film, the 1967 family comedy, The Gnome Mobile. In the 1970s, Garber embraced an itinerant hippie lifestyle and headed to India, where American and European enclaves had developed. While traveling in India in 1976, Garber acquired hepatitis, most likely from consuming tainted meat. His family persuaded him to return to England for medical treatment in 1977, but it was too late. The disease had irreparably damaged his pancreas. In June 1977, Garber died of hemorrhagic necrotizing pancreatitis at the Royal Free Hospital in London. He was 21 years old. His one-hit wonder role in Mary Poppins was followed by obscurity and ended in a foreign hospital. Dominique Dunne was the daughter of film producer and novelist Dominique Dunne and the sister of filmmaker Griffin Dunne. She was properly set up for lasting celebrity and movie success. In 1979 and 1980, she slowly broke into Hollywood with roles in TV movies Diary of a Teenage Hitchhiker and Valentine Magic on Love Island, and episodic work on Lou Grant and Family. Her breakthrough role came in the 1982 horror film Poltergeist, where she portrayed teenager Dana Freeling, part of a family whose home is beset by evil spirits. She filmed several more TV episodes that would air after her death. In 1982, Dunne broke up with her boyfriend, Chef John Sweeney, rejecting his possessive and jealous behavior. Sweeney had torn out her hair and attempted to strangle her multiple times. When Dunne tried to break things off for good, Sweeney strangled her to death. He was convicted of voluntary manslaughter and served less than 4 years in prison. Dunne was 22 years old. Her one-hit wonder role in Poltergeist was her breakthrough, but she never got to build on it. She was killed by a man she tried to leave. Some of these names sparked instant recognition. Others barely rang a bell at all, but every one of them shared something powerful, a moment in the spotlight that millions remember, and a life that ended far too soon. It's a sobering reminder of how fragile fame can be, especially when it finds you before you're ready. Which of these stories stayed with you the most? And are there other child stars you think deserve to be remembered? Let us know in the comments, and if you want more deep dives into forgotten Hollywood stories, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching.